And sometimes you better wake yourself up in the morning and you better remind yourself, I'm one of them ones. Yeah, I may not look like it, I may not feel like it, my body may be in pain right now, but I'm one of them ones. My life may not be going the way that I planned for it to go, but I'm one of them ones. My world may be flipped upside down today, but I'm one of them ones. Things may not be going the way I had planned, but I'm one of them ones. I may be in the middle of hell right now, but come hell and high water, for me and my house, we will serve the Lord because I'm one of them ones. You better remind yourself and you better remind the enemy that you are one of them ones. When you feel bound, you better remind yourself as one of them ones who the Son set free is free indeed. I know you can still see the cuff prints on my wrist, but I'm a free man. I know I may still smell like bondage. I know there's some yoke things still attached to me, but I am free because the Son has set me free. And who am I to argue with the freedom that He's already provided for me? So if He's already provided freedom for me, then I have to step into the freedom that only He can provide. I am free.
I think you're forgetting again that this is exactly what you asked for. You wanted more growth, so you get more responsibility. You wanted more opportunities, so you get less time. You wanted more strength, so you get more challenge. Why do you keep forgetting that? Everything you've ever asked for in this life comes at a cost. And the mistake you're making is that when you go for something and you see a cost, you turn back. The cost is what leads to growth. The cost is what most people won't pay. The cost is what gets you to the point you've always wanted.
People quit, and that's why they don't win. It is really that simple. It is not easy to do, but it is that simple.
If you think the price of winning is too high, wait till you get the bill from regret.
Understand that it is you who is responsible for being in the position that you're in, not anybody else. You can't be making excuses. It is you. You are the result.
God didn't bless every open door. You know, the enemy has real estate portfolio too. You keep walking through every door like God's in it. The job offer that came out of nowhere, more money, but no peace. The woman who showed up right when you were lonely, beautiful, available, but pulling you away from everything you were building. That business partner who talked big but had no integrity, or open door, and you walked through every single one because you thought opportunity meant blessing. The enemy doesn't show up ugly. He shows up looking like exactly what you pray for. Same packaging, perfect timing, and because you waited so long, you don't even question it. You just walk in. He studies you. He knows what you've been asking for. And he's smart enough to build a counterfeit just close enough to make you settle. When he tempted Jesus in the wilderness, he offered him the kingdoms of the heavens. That wasn't a bluff. He had them to give. Jesus knew it. He has resources. He has doors, and he knows exactly which ones to open based on what he knows about your weaknesses. That's how men end up in the wrong marriage, business, the wrong city, the wrong season. Not because they weren't praying, but because they stopped discerning. The difference between a blessing and a setup is peace. Blessing might scare you, but it won't unsettle your spirit. A setup will excite you, but something in your gut just won't sit right. And most men ignore that feeling because the opportunity looks too good to walk away from. Peace, my brother, is the compass. If the opportunity is right, but your spirit is uneasy, that's God telling you the address is wrong. Not every door is an invitation. Some of them are traps with good lighting. Pray before you walk through.
Your actions will tell you how much you believe in what you say you believe. Don't get it twisted. I don't care if you write a poem. I don't care if you sing a song that you want these goals, that you want this output. Your actions will always tell you how much you truly believe in what you say you believe. There are people that are joining programs. There are people that are buying weight loss programs. There are people that are moving states and doing all these different things to say, hey, listen, once I do this, I will then become this. But if you are not actually implementing the things that you know you're supposed to implement on to get the results that you want to get, then you are lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. You don't want it as bad as you want it. I'll give you a personal example. I've been trying to hit 200 pounds for years, and anybody that knows me knows that that has been my goal. I've been hovering around the 190-ish mark for years, right? Now, I can say that I want to be 200. But if I'm not eating the meals that is required for me to hit 200, then I'm not trying to be 200. For those that are trying to hit a certain revenue goal, hey, you have to make these amount of calls. Hey, you have to do X, Y, and Z. If you are not doing X, Y, and Z, then stop lying to yourself and say you don't want it like that. And that is okay, because at least you're being honest. Now, for those that are actually saying they want to do X, Y, and Z, then you have to put in the actual items in order to get that result. There is no shortcut to getting to your goal. There is no shortcut. There is no secret sauce. There is no hidden formula to get that result, because everyone that has that result had to abide by the exact same process. Stop lying to yourself, make a decision, and get it done.
Take control of your life. You fucked up, so you fix it. You made bad decisions, so you own it. You want a different life. You want the money, the power, the respect, so you get up off your ass and go take it. Because talking about it is not gonna bring you that life that you want. Crying about it is not gonna bring you that life that you want. It's okay to be emotional, but it's not okay to stay emotional. Why? Because there ain't no fucking emotion there. Top of the morning, ain't no money in the bag. Baby, wake that ass up. Understand this. Stop acting like life is only happening to you. Take ownership of your life. Stop blaming other people. Stop blaming your past. Stop blaming your circumstances. Because the moment that you stop pointing that finger at everybody else, the moment that you start to take ownership of your life is the moment that you can start to change your life. Blaming everything and everyone but yourself might make you feel better in the moment, because it makes you feel comfortable. It makes it feel like everything is not your fault. But in reality, that will not move your life forward, because that behavior keeps you stuck, waiting for the world to change instead of changing yourself. And as long as you keep making excuses, you'll keep getting the same results, because the truth is, nothing changes until you do. So stop waiting, stop blaming, stop letting your past, your mistakes, or other people control your life. Take ownership, take action, and keep moving forward, because the only way to change your story is if you write it your damn self. Good morning.
He told me that the blessings would feel like a burial first. I thought that leveling up was supposed to feel like winning. Nah. It felt like losing everything I was comfortable with, because the next level doesn't just ask for your effort, it asks for your identity. The old you, that's the admission fee, and God will not let you carry who you were into where he's taking you. And nobody really posts about that. The loneliness in the middle. The moments where your own mind is building the case of why you should quit. And it won't even sound like doubt. It'll sound logical. It'll sound like the responsible thing to do. Your flesh will dress up a retreat like a smart decision. But bro, the enemy's best weapon was never opposition. It's the reasonable excuse to stop. Abraham had to leave everything familiar before he saw the promise. Joseph sat in a prison he didn't earn before he sat in a palace he didn't apply for. David got anointed as king, and God sent him right back to the sheep. Confirmation came first, suffering came second, and elevation came last. If it hurts right now, that's not a sign that you're in the wrong place. That's the price of admission to a room your old self couldn't afford to sit in. You're not falling apart, bro. You're being rebuilt. And the man on the other side of this is worth everything that you're losing right now. So keep moving. Not because it feels good, but because it's right.
You gotta be a little bit crazy. You gotta be a little bit of a maniac. Some people are gonna call you a lot of different things, and you gotta be okay with it. Success, to me, is not a part-time thing, is not a full-time thing. It is an all-the-time thing. In any industry, athlete, business, entrepreneurship, doesn't matter. You gotta be an all-the-timer. If you're not an all-the-timer, you maybe become a fan. There's a lot of people that are fans of Elon Musk. There's a lot of fans of Steve Jobs. There's a lot of fans of Jeff Bezos. There's a lot of fans of Stephen Curry. There's a lot of fans. You can become a fan, or you can become a player.